It may be snowy in Boulder today, but summer is coming soon. And you know what that means? Peak hiking season. It's April, by the way, while I'm filming this. I know you probably can't tell from all the snow, but summer is a mere 2 months away. So I'm going to talk today about 5 hikes that you don't want to miss within an hour of Boulder, Colorado, where I live. Hi guys, if you don't know me, I'm Audrey, known as Glow Stick on Trail. In 2018, I quit my job to thru hike the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine, and then I moved to beautiful Boulder, Colorado, where honestly, life is wonderful. But anyway, if you're coming out for a visit this summer, or perhaps you're new to the area and you're looking for some hikes to do, I have 5 suggestions for you. These are Bear Peak, King Lake, Crater Lakes, Lake Isabel, and Blue Lake. You may be sensing a theme. I like to hike to lakes. Guilty. Anyway, these are 5 hikes you don't want to miss that are only within an hour of Boulder, Colorado. So without further ado, let's get into it. Bear Peak is one of Boulder's 5 peaks, and it's the only hiking trail that I'll mention today that is actually in Boulder. And Bear Peak is definitely one of the more popular of the 5 peaks, just because it's so picturesque at the top. Not that all of them aren't, but Bear Peak is especially picturesque and gives you an amazing view of Boulder below. There are a few different ways that you can do this trail, but the way I like to do it is about 8 miles total, and it starts at the South Mesa Trailhead. From here, you take the Mesa Trail, and I like to go up Shadow Canyon and then down the Fern Canyon Trail. If you take this route, you can also take a little offshoot that will take you to South Boulder Peak, which is the highest of Boulder's 5 peaks. And I really love South Boulder Peak because the views from the top are incredible. And since Bear is one of the more popular of the peaks, South Boulder doesn't get nearly as many people. And I've actually even been up on South Boulder Peak alone before. Whereas if you go up Bear Peak, you're definitely going to see other people up there. The Boulder Open Space website has maps for this area. I'll put that in the notes to help you plan your route. King Lake is actually a trail that I went to accidentally when the trailhead that I meant first to go to was full. It was a happy surprise because this hike is incredible. It starts at the Hesse Trailhead in Eldora, Colorado, which is about an hour from Boulder. In total, this is a 12.2 out and back hike from the Hesse Trailhead. While it is a little rocky and rooty on the trail, it's not very steep. There's not a ton of elevation gain, so don't let its length scare you. The Hesse Trailhead fills up quite quickly in the summer. There are several amazing hikes that start from here, so make sure you get there really early in the morning if you want to get a parking spot. You can also take a shuttle from the town of Nederland. I believe it picks up at the high school, but personally, I just like having my car nearby when I'm doing a long hike like that, so when I'm done, I can finish up. I did this hike right at the beginning of summer when the wildflowers were starting to pop, and I would really recommend doing it at that time of year, even though there was some snow left up at the top. Lake Isabel is my absolute favorite local hike. It's short and gentle and easy, and the views are so incredible. There's so much bang for your buck. This trail is about 45 minutes from Boulder, and it starts in the Brainerd Lake Recreation Area in the Indian Peaks Wilderness. Specifically, this starts at the Long Lake parking area, and you'll also go past Long Lake on your hike. This hike's only 4.2 miles in length, but you can continue on to go to other places within this wilderness if you would like to do a longer hike. Something to note is that it does cost $12 to get into the Brainerd Lake Recreation Area unless you have an America the Beautiful pass, and you have to pay in cash, so make sure you bring cash with you. And you can't actually get to the road that goes to this hike until about mid-June. The road's only open from about mid-June through mid-October. This is a really popular hiking area for good reason, so make sure that if you're going on a weekend, you get there super, super early. But I would recommend just not going on a weekend if you can help it. The Crater Lakes hike in the James Peak Wilderness is about an hour from Boulder. It starts at the Moffett Tunnel East Portal Trailhead in the Roosevelt National Forest in Rollinsville, Colorado. This hike is only 6.5 miles out and back, but it's a tough 6.5 miles. It always surprises me how tired I am after this hike because I'm like, oh, 6.5 miles, that's not a big deal. But then It is a big deal because it's steep. It's totally worth it though. It's a really lovely forested trail. There are lots of wildflowers when those are in season. And once you get to the top, you get views of beautiful twin alpine lakes. This is an area that's really great for seeing moose too. So if you're an early riser, consider going up at maybe sunrise because that's when the moose like to hang out. There was no map at the trailhead last time I was up there, so make sure you have a map before you go. And once you hit the lakes, note that there is a little trail that keeps going up above the lake so you can get a really good view of them, which someone had to tell me about because it's not obvious once you get up there. But if you know it's there, you'll find it. It's totally worth it to do that extra climb because the view really is spectacular. And this parking area is quite big, so I would say it's less of a rush to get there as opposed to somewhere like Brainerd Lake. However, that's not to say that it doesn't fill up because I have seen it fill up. Blue Lake is another out and back that begins at the Brainerd Lake Recreation Area. So once again, don't forget your $12 entrance fee in cash or your America the Beautiful pass. This is another one that fills up really, really early in the summer. I actually snagged the last parking spot in this area in Brainerd Lake over the summer at like 5:40 in the morning. So again, if you can avoid going on the weekend, I would avoid going on the weekend or just start really early in the morning. This hike is about 6 miles round trip, and I would say this one is a little bit harder than Lake Isabel, but it's still one of the more gentle hikes. This one begins at the Mitchell Lake trailhead, and you will pass by Mitchell Lake as you're going toward Blue Lake. This is a separate parking area from where the Lake Isabel trail begins. This area, Brainerd Lake, is also a really good place to see moose. It's where I actually saw my first moose in Colorado. So if you want to see a moose, I would recommend you go again at sunrise because that's when they tend to hang out. I've also seen a lot of mule deer in this area. This entire hike is just gorgeous. It's forested, there are wildflowers when they're in season, the lake is beautiful, it's surrounded by gorgeous mountains. It's just such a lovely hike. So those are 5 not to miss summer hikes in Boulder, Colorado, or within an hour of Boulder, Colorado. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these, if you do try any, or if you have any other favorite hikes in the area that you want to share with other people. And yes, I am back inside now in my coziest sweatshirt and sweatpants, which you can't see, but they're very comfortable. I'm totally fine hiking outside in basically all conditions, but I feel like as soon as I stop, and it's like wintry outside, I get so freaking cold, and the only cure for me is to go take like a hot shower or hot bath and then get into my coziest attire. So that's what I did today. But anyway, so yeah, let me know if you try those or if you have another hike to recommend. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more hiking trails and hiking tips and Appalachian Trail content and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.